Welcome back. Thank y'all for coming back. I'm excited. You are in store for Thirst Trap 101, Episode 2 on your profile content. My name is Ryan Lindsay, and I am kicking off a YouTube series called Thirst Trap 101. So today's episode on profile content, or that writing that's up at the top of your Thirst Trap page, I'm going to divide it up into 4 different areas. We're going to talk about your goals or what you're trying to accomplish up there in your profile content. We're going to go over the basics of what to include. I got 4 things. I've got them 1, 2, 3, 4 to help me out so I don't forget one. The basics of what to include on your profile content. I'm going to give some tips on what to avoid or maybe stay away from these things up there. And then how to appropriately and best use the link option that Instagram gives you, as well as tagging to other pages up there in your profile content. The goals, like what are we trying to do? What are we trying to say up there? You are trying to communicate who you are. Be yourself. Like with mine, all along the bottom, those photos are glossy and they're gorgeous, and it's like Seersucker stud, all right. But up top, that's Ryan, that's me, that's regular old Ryan. So you want to communicate who you are. The name of the game here with your profile content is engagement. So you want to be open, authentic, funny, welcoming, and so therefore people will engage further and get more of a connection to you and your Thirst Trap page. So that's what we're trying to accomplish up there in the content now. How are we gonna do it? So first thing, this is like a conversation starter. When you meet a stranger in the real world, like you're meeting every day, on Instagram from all over the world, what would the first thing you kind of ask a new person in real life? What's your name? What's your name? People like to message me, hey Ryan, it's an immediate connection. Now some of you might have a personal or professional reason why you might not want to have your name up there. That's your decision, okay? I have respect for that. With the name of the game being engagement, I'm gonna suggest that it's better to have your name up there. Next thing, where you at? Include your location. Just like I was talking about starting a conversation. Hey man, where you from? I'm from Houston. It just opens up a door of conversations. Oh, I love Houston. Oh, I've only been to Houston once through the airport. Oh, my cousins live from Houston. I went to NASA as a kid. It just is an immediate conversation starter. Where are you from? People love to travel. People love to make connections about where they've been. So put your location. Next thing, what do? Put your career. This can be defined very broadly. You do not have to put your exact job title. I just put attorney. That's what I did in my past life. I do have a law degree. I'm not actively practicing, but I'm a lawyer. Are you a student? Do you work in the construction industry? Are you in the media? Are you a flight attendant? Just put something to let folks know if you do something else, or if you are a content creator, own that. I'm a content creator. That's what this is, what I do. So, but if you do something else professionally or in education, it's a conversation starter. What do? I do get messages. Oh, that's a lawyer. That's cool. Okay, are you still practicing? My sister's a lawyer. What do you do? Put that up in your profile content. Finally, What are your passions? What are you into? Now, when I just said, what are you into? Some of y'all think that means a certain thing, and it does, and I like that. But what are you into here means what are you into for fun outside of the boudoir? How do you occupy your time? What do you like to do for fun? For me, I like travel, I like politics, I like LGBT activism. I mean, there's a number of things. I've got to think about this one really hard. But what are your favorite things? What of your passions and pastimes define you? Include those up in your profile content. Next thing is what to avoid. Now, some of you going to have a different philosophy on these than me, but I'm just gonna say, in my opinion, the best way to handle some of these. So number one, please try and not overuse your emojis. Now, I like an emoji. I love an emoji. I've got an emoji in mine as a chicken. Like, I went to the University of South Carolina fighting Gamecocks. Go Cox, I'm a Gamecock, so I have a chicken. I think that's funny. But I have seen, sometimes I will see a content and we're talking 20 consecutive emojis. And if I take the time, I can see that you do like to ski and dance and play tennis and swim and eat a kiwi fruit. But what it's really telling me is that you really like emojis. I mean, that's what you could save space if you just said, I like emojis. So words matter, let's use them, and let's use those emojis wisely and with some thought behind them. Next thing, I appreciate and enjoy the standard Instagram font. Some of y'all have gotten a creative way to have a stylized or very custom font. That might work if it is very, very specific to you and your career or passions or pastimes. Like maybe you are a calligrapher and that you should have some calligraphy font, but sometimes it just is distracting. In my opinion, I prefer the standard Instagram font. Sometimes it looks scary. Sometimes it looks like you might be a vampire. Like, no disrespect for vampire, no disrespect. If you are a vampire, you should be using that font that's a little scary and maybe looks like you're a vampire, but if you're not, then it's just a little distracting. So let's stick with the standard Instagram font that they give you. Next thing is your abbreviations. It's a wicked game we're playing. We've only got 150 characters, so it gets very tempting to have some abbreviations up there. Well, y'all, use them wisely and carefully. Make sure you use an abbreviation that's not gonna be misunderstood maybe all around the world. You got a lot of folks looking at your thirst trap page. So, I'm careful on mine. Like, I could have saved space. I write the full word profile. I could have done PROF, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, do people think that I'm a professor or I'm trying to say what my profession is? And I'm just trying to say what's in my profile picture and tag my photographer. So just be careful about your abbreviations. Do not overuse them. Next thing is your tone. Let's be welcoming, funny, nice, excited or interesting, or just anything that is sort of positive in any way, witty. It could be dry humor. You don't have to be using exclamation points or anything like that. I'm just saying be welcoming, and it appears as though somebody would likely to want to engage with you. One example that I just need to be specific about is I see sometimes this threat to unfollow. Let me say that just to start, I am empathetic to the thirst trap account holder that has experienced a bad unfollowing situation. I get it that there has been some trauma there, and I respect that. But you should probably just deal with that outside of the precious space of your profile content. Like, you know, still do your unfollow game. If you have an app or know how that works or whatever, you can do that, but you just don't have to announce it or yell it in all caps up in your profile content, because it's a little threatening and aggressive and completely frightening, actually. So please, let's avoid that. Now, finally, we're on the last thing, links and tags. Links. Instagram allows you to go to another website. Just quick question, what's the most important one to you? Where do you want to send people? Which one has the most information about you? Like, which question of those matters most significantly to you? Is one of them making you the real money? Is it your OnlyFans? Then you put that. If I want to draw people to my blog, I'm going to put my website, my blog address. I'm currently, you can alter this. Currently, I'm featuring like a European magazine that put some of my thirst trap pictures in. I'm really proud of it, and I think it kind of elevates what I'm doing. So, you can change this up, but for the most part, your standard link should always just answer the question, where do I want to send people the most? And now finally, tags. You can tag to other pages on Instagram. One that I mentioned in episode 1 that's very important. If you use a professional photographer's photo for your profile picture, then you need to tag to their page and give them credit to honor them for that amazing profile picture they gave you. A lot of guys with thirst trap pages have a backup account. I do. Mine is called Seersucker.studmuffin. That, you heard it. Seersucker.studmuffin. I should have thought of the link to that, maybe a little, but it's cute and I like it. No, if you are maintaining a backup account, certainly tag to that. A regular sort of passive flow of traffic from your main page to your backup page is easy and solvable through just tagging to it in your profile content. Guys, think about this. Y'all, this could be anything up there that just makes sense and is logical to kind of cross-pollinate pages. Do you have a husband? Is he hot? Does he also have a thirst trap page? Then y'all need to both put each other's profile, to tag each other in your profile content. Share the love. You're married or your partners or you whatever you are. It could be anything. It could be your place of work. Do you work at a museum? Do you want to bring folks into that museum and highlight that super amazing Instagram page of where you work? Or it could be anything. But just, you only got 150 characters, so use that space wisely. Think about it hard and strategize, guys. I know you're going to nail your profile content. And that's it. That's it for episode 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me give you a little sneak peek. But before your sneak peek for episode 3, I am going to need y'all to please subscribe. Y'all need to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Seersucker Stud Thirst Trap 101. Tell your friends to subscribe. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. Then episode 3, it's what it's all about, y'all. It's the pictures. We are gonna talk about image selection. Y'all, I love this. I love it. I love this. I love to interact with y'all, don't get me wrong. But that process of picking your photos and how best to tell that story, it's very, very fun for me. So image selection coming up on episode 3. Y'all come back.